MD learning classes and log in, man, I would log into all kinds of stuff because I want to know what's the proper thing to be using for your body to kill bacteria. What's the proper thing to do to, you know, take care of those open lesions so that way they don't get infected by anything, cross-contamination. So I learned a lot. And so I'm very thankful that my son never had to go to the ER other than the very first time that I got introduced with HS. And that was way back when he was, I think, 8 or 9. You know, he's already 13. So we've never had to go to the doctor after that, because I went out of my way to really, you know, learn this process, because I learned really quick that at the ER, they don't care. They see you in pain, but they don't care, because it's not, if you ain't dying, you're waiting. So even though you know you're dying inside, and I'm sorry for that, but it's just a different experience. And so I showed her how to, what to look into. Tattoo wrap. Tattoo wrap is, woo, I am very fond of that. That thing will save your confidence, will save you pain, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Man, tattoo wrap is the shiznit. And so I told her, and I said, you can get something like a replica of it, you know, at a local store, but go online. It's super cheap, you know, and it lasts you for about a good solid month, and you're gonna save a lot more money with the tattoo wrapping gauze, instead of buying all these bandages, because she had all these little bandages, and I can see her thigh had all this residue from other bandages. And I'm like, ay, pobrecita. And I felt bad for her, because I can just imagine what her prep, you know, in the morning feels like, and how often she changes those things. Because with the tattoo wrap, you only change it one time and one time only, because that's how damn good that thing is. And that's why when I first introduced it to the groups, it was like gold. And when people started using it, they're like, oh my God, why didn't I ever know about this? I'm like, I don't know. I can just tell you about it, so that way you can use it. That way you can heal. That way there's no cross-contamination. That way you can start getting better. But the tattoo wrap is only half of the healing process. It's also what you are eating. That is the second part of the process. The third part of the process is going to be maintaining. So there's levels to this. It's not you know, your body took some time to get to the level that it's at. It's like when people go on diets, like a real diet, like a weight loss diet, you know. We gain weight over time for making poor choices, you know. And then when we get on a diet to officially lose weight, we expect, okay, well, I ate a salad, I drank water, I want to, you know, hopefully I drop 3 pounds. It don't work that way. Everything, if you're doing it the right way, it don't work that way. If you're doing it the wrong way, yeah, I can probably see that if you're starving yourself, you probably might just lose those 3 pounds because you didn't eat nothing. You didn't drink no water. But that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. And so the process that I'm working with is, I want to help you recover the right way. So that way, when you start to see the progress moving forward, you learn the right way, and there will be no wrong way in doing it. Because it's very hard to break bad habits, and it's very hard to stay on the good ones. And everybody always asks me, you know, how's your son doing? I'm like, oh, he's doing good. You know, we're still maintaining the progress. And then I do talk to others where, you know, they drop off. And then, because it's hard. It's not for everybody. And I don't want my son to be in that pain. And so my son is on it. You know, he's on it 100 because he don't want to feel that pain either. So for all these young folks, and for the ones that are older who continue to start it, and then if you feel defeated one day, don't stop entirely. You know, you can always start again the next day and keep moving, because that's the good thing about your body. It's a living organism. It continues to heal itself, even while you're sleeping, while you're pooping, while you're eating, while you're playing, while you're just lounging. Whether you're working out or not, your body is always trying to heal itself, because it's a living organism. But you can either help it or you can go against it. But I can tell you right now, if you go against it and just allow your body to continue the route that it's going, it doesn't get better. It just continues to get worse. So I was talking to another young lady in Malaysia last night, and I asked her, what did you eat? You know, because she was talking about how terrible she felt. Super, super terrible. And I said, okay, well, what'd you eat? And she started off with rice, eggs, and a cup of milk. That was pretty simple. I was like, all right, get rid of that milk. And she's like, well, what am I going to drink? I said, almond milk, coconut milk. I don't care. It's going to be some type of other milk, orange juice, something else, just not regular milk. So we're going to have to make a substitute for that milk, and we'll show you. So she's like, okay, I'm fine with that, you know. And then she talked about her lunch. She was eating soy sauce, fish, and rice. And I said, oh, okay. I said, the soy sauce usually has wheat in it. I said, let's go over yours specifically. And so when we started looking at hers actually had caramel in it. I was like, oh, wow, caramel. I said, so caramel has dairy. So it has milk in it. I said, so yours has like a double whammy. It has wheat, which is gluten, and it also has milk. And so I told her, you can either choose these alternatives. So I gave her alternative options. And she's like, oh my God, thank you, you know. So, because like I said, I'm going to tell you what you can eat, but I'm also going to show you what you can. Because I'm not trying to take your life away. I'm not trying to make you eat like a bird, you know. Although birds are nice, but I don't want you to eat like that. I don't want you to eat like a rabbit either. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to enjoy food. We're just going to learn what foods we can and cannot eat. And then she made the comment, should I go vegan? And I'm like, no, that's like the worst one. Vegan uses a lot of wheat as a replacement for the meat. So even though I understand, you know, we love our animals, we love our cows, we love our chickens, but by going vegan, you're substituting real meat for processed proteins, which is gluten. And so that processed protein is going to be something that's going to make you even worse. So I told her, no, don't go vegan, because you're going to get worse. So stay with what you're doing. We're just going to make some adjustments. And she's like, okay. And so I have a follow-up with her next week. But she felt so much better after we talked. And then, let's see. I talked to a young man. He has been actually on my profile for a while. He started learning, understanding. And he's from the UK. And he had reached out to me yesterday about a milk. And I have to try to understand that the stores are not the same, you know. Like we have H-E-B, Walmart, Whole Foods, and Trader Joe's. And over there, it's like something totally different. So I had to Google the retail store, or retail stores over there, grocery stores. And I found like the difference between their dairy products, or non-dairy products, I should say. And I said, oh, okay, I see. I said, he's like, I drink the oat milk. And I'm like, oh, so when I looked into the background of the company who makes that oat milk, it was confirmed that if it doesn't have the gluten-free logo, the actual logo on there, then there will be traces of wheat in it. So I showed him the gluten-free scanner. He downloaded it. He scanned the barcode. And, yeah, it had traces of wheat. And, well, actually, no, you know what? I don't think he was able to find that product. He read the actual ingredients, and the ingredients, said barley. And I'm like, oh, barley's wheat. So he's like, oh, man. And then, he had tomato soup. I was like, oh, that's a lectin. I said, all right, we're not going to eat tomato soup anymore. I said, we'll give up tomatoes for 2 weeks. I said, let's go ahead and cleanse your body out from gluten and dairy first. Then, we'll introduce tomatoes in 2 weeks and see how your body feels. But I'm pretty sure he's going to feel like crap. And then he's going to be like, I don't want to, you know, just, you're going to have to, but this is all part of testing your body out, because that's what I had to do with my son. Because not everybody's going to be sensitive to tomatoes. Not everybody's going to be sensitive to potatoes. Not everybody's going to be sensitive to corn. Everybody's digestive system has gone a different path in life. And it just depends on how that life has treated or how you've treated your body, you know, throughout that entire life. And so he also ate a gluten-free bread, which I was like, oh, okay. Well, at least we know he's cautious, you know. And so he had a crunchy nut cereal. And so when we looked in the contents of crunchy nut cereal, it was barley and peanuts. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to have to throw this box away. I said, well, whether you throw it away, donate it, give it to friends or family, neighbor, I don't know, the holidays are coming up. You may want to, you know, make a food basket and give away stuff to people. But yeah, so his crunchy nut cereal was making him drain, and his problem areas were in his northern regions, which is the same area that my son was. And so he just couldn't believe it. His entire lunch and his entire breakfast was full of just wheat, which is gluten, and a bunch of dairy. Or actually no dairy, just a bunch of gluten, and then the tomato, which is the lectins. So he did also talk about, I've mentioned roti, and I didn't know about what, I wasn't familiar with that at first, because it's I believe it's an Indian food. And so he had told me that he does eat the chupati, and I apologize if I say it wrong. But we found out that, yeah, it's like in the same family as roti or roti. It has wheat. So he's like, man, I love that. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. The same way I love my tortillas, but we found gluten-free. So I'm pretty sure it's out there. You just got to look for it. And then other than that, those are like the few people that I had. I've had a lot more, but I don't want to take up too much time, because I got to go get some groceries for my son today too. So this is just me kind of throwing it out there. Like, we truly overlook a lot of stuff that we eat. We truly do. And sometimes we feel like it's not affecting our body, but it really is. It isn't until you actually detox, like detox the right way. Then when you start introducing these foods back to your body, right then and there, you start to know, like, man, that did not sit well for me. And so this is my way of just explaining to you, like, even though I get told, you know, I've been told before, like, oh, do you think I'm stupid? You know, by other groups, like, do you think these people are stupid that they can't read ingredients? No, I don't think that people are stupid, because I don't think I was stupid when I first started it either. We just didn't know. We didn't have all this learning education process behind it. And it's like I send little screenshots of what wheat is also categorized, because you have durum, spelt, farro, malt, bulgur, barley. You know, that's, wheat is named all these additional things, and I didn't know that in the beginning. That just took me time to learn it. And so when I share it, it's like, what? Well, why isn't it just called wheat? I don't know. That's I don't know, nutrition, that's how labelers are. That's how, you know, I read a bunch of articles about how we fight really hard about how these labels are supposed to be said. But there's a lot of fight back saying we shouldn't have to do all that extra stuff. People should be able to do it on their own. But then when I sit here and I do these one-on-ones, I'm like, dang, I can see why people fight. People like us fight for something. But then there's other people on that other side that are like, no, we don't need to be doing all that extraness. They should be able to know. So it's like, man. So I know where I see both sides of the story, and it sucks. But let's see. Other than that, I feel good about the new people that are signing on. I talked to a lot of kids that are excited, and I'm just looking forward to their progress. I can't wait to see their progress. I can't wait to see their happiness, because it's good to see the ones that are already, you know, I've been working with them for the last 2 weeks, and I love the fact that they just know their bodies so much better. And they're over here sending me screenshots about their food, sending me screenshots of what they found. And it's good. It's empowering. It really is. And I told one of my little young bucks, I said, man, you should be a nutritionist. I said, you never know. These are things that you start to really learn. And it's all because of events that have occurred in your life.